our visual aging services and also the flagship program, we're going to talk to you in a minute, is by purchasing some raffle tickets for some really great prizes. Because those dollars you spend on raffle tickets not only can win you great prizes, but also support.
Like a drunk but not, with my slip, shot little, like a drunk but not. And I am one of your people, but the cars don't stop. And I am one of your people, but the cars don't stop. It's been a long time since before I've been touched, now I'm getting touched.
On a moment's notice to play some dates with Billy Bates or ragtime Otis. The lady named Scene Light can give a horn a fair fight with the cornet man, a rootin' tootin', never shootin' dapper Dan, who carries in his satchel a powder blue Norfolk suit. A silver-plated war mute. There is whiskey.
Hasn't changed.
My team, and just as a little bit of background, we have very low turnover at United Way, in part because we hire really carefully. 4 interviews are not uncommon, as my colleagues constantly remind me. You put us through the ringer. But once they're there, it's like getting the piano up in the brownstone. It takes a lot to get it up there, but once it's there, it tends to stay. And I really, we have an excellent team. I believe in giving them a lot of responsibility and a lot of authority. And one without the other is just a recipe for disaster. So giving them that responsibility, that authority, and then supporting them as best I can. Sometimes putting them out on a limb, but like never sawing off the branch. Always, when things go well, giving them the credit. When things go badly, that's on me. But that was the first response, is like supporting the team.
Yeah, beautiful.
Never going to be the person who gives you unreasonable, I'll try never to give you unreasonable advice, like change who you are and what you feel good doing to make a presence on social media. If you would rather die than listening to rap on a reel, don't do it, for everybody's sake. Because you're gonna feel icky and inauthentic and like you sold out, right? That's not to say that it should always be comfy, what we're doing on social media, because you might need to push yourself a little bit to understand your audience, and like it's scary to post something, period. It's quality over quantity and format, in general.
Is one of the greatest ways to market yourself. Because when you don't take a stand, you're not really telling anything about yourself. You're not exposing yourself, your vulnerabilities. People want you to be vulnerable. They want to know what you are. They want to know who you are. And I think those guys showed that to me, and I carried that mantle with me since. So, yeah, that's that.
Go ahead.
No.
So learn. Yeah, that's why I took that job, was to sit with Bob every day and, and ask him all sorts of weird questions and see if this was the right business for me.
And some of them were about real estate. But I would tell you that really in this market, here's the thing, I'm not a fan of this market. We're basically getting bludgeoned to death by people from outer states that have more money than most Montanans do. The other reality is that as they drive prices up, people are reluctant to list because they have nowhere to go. Because if they sell their house, now what do I do? You're gonna move out of state? Well, you can't stay in Missoula and make it any kind of a deal. So now we end up seeing this inventory shrink down to where, seriously, a couple of weeks ago, there were 43 listings in the town of Missoula and close to 900 realtors. How do you
Are operating as a sole proprietor? Just raise hands so I can kind of see. Okay, perfect. How many of you have LLCs? Right? Anybody corporation?
Or an
S corp? Yeah, an S corp or a C corp. Okay, perfect. Any nonprofits? No. Okay.
Cooperatives?
Cooperative? Who had a cooperative? Okay, perfect. Awesome. How many of you have employees besides yourself? Like less than 5, generally? A little bit more, 5, 10? 20. 6, 20, okay, perfect.
So.
And then, for years in business, how many of you are brand new, like less than a year? Couple. 1 to 3? Okay. 4 to 5? More than 5 years? Okay, perfect, awesome. All right, so we will have Q&A at the end, but I just wanted to get a sense of kind of who is here so that I can not tell you things that you don't need to know.
I just want to comment on what you said about women are wired differently. Not only that, they're trained differently.
Yeah.
Men have it easy because we're too dumb to know what we don't know. And we approach everything like, well, I can do that. I'm probably an expert, but don't even know it. So off we go, strut toward the table like we own it, and it's easy enough to do. Women are trained that they're probably not ever gonna quite get there. They're probably never gonna, you know, I found this the most frustrating with my own kid, my own daughter. Up until she was about 12 years old, there was nothing that she couldn't do, and then all of a sudden at 12, oh, you can't be president, you won't get paid the same as men, you won't get this, you won't get that, and the list is almost endless of advantages that men are given because of the patriarchal society that we live in. I'm not trying to get too deep into all of that, but I will tell you, it's had a huge impact all the way down the line as to who believes they belong at the table and who doesn't.
Maybe share, there were like 4 things that are surprising about what your research finds and how that can be applied over here.
Wow, you've asked me such hard questions, like I went home in the break and
You
my
cried.
son.
Okay.
But I was thinking about your question from earlier, like while I was making my.
Did you need to buy the insert for it? Like, no, it came with the insert. So that's nice. It doesn't have an insert. It doesn't.
So bad. Huh? You had a
supplements, from any of the food that you eat, but it also allows toxin elimination as well. So that's the oxidation, the alkaline value.
I've been practicing since 2012 here in Missoula, and I'm talking today on one of my favorite topics, creating health through habits, because habitual patterns of behavior really define who we are, and they also define our health. And so this is one of the things I'm really passionate about. I use it as an integrated approach in my practice, as well as other areas of my life. I also health coach. So I find that this is probably the key things I'm going to give you today, the tip of the iceberg, if you will, on how to start creating change in your life for the better. So I'm going to pose a question. Do you guys think habits matter? Like, honestly think. Okay, yeah. So we have a consensus that they're kind of important. And I have to agree, I think habits are everything. And here's why. Because I sucked at it. Really bad, actually. In fact, in 2015, I was struggling with my health. At that time, we were in the middle of a merger, practice-wise. We were buying another clinic.
We put on Pet Fest to help promote shelters and rescues and to teach about responsible pet ownership, spaying and neutering, and being aware of where your animal came from. But we do it in a fun environment by having contests and the Wacky Wiener Dog race, and we adopt out about 90% of the animals that are brought to Pet Fest each year.
All right, we got our second place and our third.
Okay. Well, we try and come every single year. Buddha and I have been together for about 7 years now. And we discovered in our first year attending that he's really good at the peanut butter lick, so that's why we come now. He got the gold medal. Well, he's gotten the bronze and the silver before. This is the first gold. Yeah.
The Humane Society of Western Montana loves coming to Pet Fest.
It's a great opportunity to work together with our fellow shelters to find homes for pets that are homeless in Montana and in the region. It's a great opportunity to promote our services and resources that we offer to the shelter. We just love the camaraderie and being together with Western Montana loving pets.
I'm Karen Moulton. I'm with Animals. We feel that this is one of the best events that there is, actually, adoption events that you can go to every year. And there are so many shelters and rescues here that have a lot of homeless animals that are looking for homes, and a lot of them get adopted, which is fabulous. You know, one fell swoop. You got all these people, all these animals looking for homes.
He was looking at you, you were looking at him, he was
Oh, he says, I like this girl over here.
Hi, puppy.
It's very great that we've got this in our community.
Ready, set, go!
Ha ha ha!